Uh,
Okay. Diddy Kong.
some would say this is the greatest stream of all time. I'd be a little surprised. What's up? Long day. Hope y'all are doing alright. I probably won't be playing Mega Man, but I appreciate that. I don't really play enough to like play other characters right now. How do you know when it's the right time to implement something new into your tournament game plan? You know, if I figured out a use for something, and if I'm, you know, inputting it correctly in matches, then I think that's enough, right? Ugh. Nah, I experiment even in real matches, like with stuff I'm not ready to do all the time. Even if it's like grand finals of a big tournament, I'm always experimenting. For better or for worse. I usually don't stream my single player stuff. I probably should, but It's like a little private sometimes. Just something I do on my own time. Yu-Gi-Oh's been a lot of fun. I actually have a local tomorrow I should go to, but I don't know if I'll be able to. Spent like $1,000 today on my cat. We just found out she has diabetes. No, I think the best for catching banana in the air is just Z. But back air is the best, like, actual attack, yeah. I haven't considered playing the One Piece TCG, but obviously I've considered collecting, but I already collect Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, so I can't really afford to, but if I was like a millionaire or something, I would gladly just do it. Yeah, she's back. She was just gone all day. She's right behind me. She did a good job at the vet. Once again, Sparring Crab, thank you for the 14 months. Yeah, the only character I've been playing is Diddy Kong. I haven't been playing enough Smash as I probably should be, but I don't know. Smash is kind of in a rough spot. For me, at least. Would much prefer a new game or something. If you win a huge tourney, you don't practice that much after the win. Maybe, but I think the game is just like in a rough spot, and also I've been a little busy. Was gonna stream today, but I was at the animal hospital for quite a while. Yeah, that might be the case. Yeah, she has to get like daily injections twice a day, every 12 hours, so I might not go to tournaments for a little bit. Just, you know, even if B's here, I kind of want to be here for it. Split second decision making. I think a lot of it's muscle memory, yeah. Nah, I never play Min Min. I don't like her in Smash, and I also don't have an attachment to arms. I only play characters I like. Nah, I don't really play Elite. Attack is great. Really interesting. Dakpo talked to me about it while I was at KawaiiCon. When I first started looking into it. The interesting thing about calling it Special Edition is Ultimate is already called Special in Japanese. Yeah, another arms rep would really suck for the game. I don't think they would do that though, since the game didn't sell that well or anything. Yeah, I mean, I've never played Crash Bandicoot, so the only character they would add is Crash, and even Crash himself isn't really likely. Nah, they wouldn't add Amy. They don't gain anything from that. Yeah, it would be Shadow or Knuckles or Tails in that order. I think the Pokemon will be Meowscarada. I don't think they haven't. I don't think they've added like a Pokemon that isn't from a new thing since like Melee. And that was a joke character. So I think they're only gonna add characters from new stuff.
They can
Oh,
like as big as I feel like it's working on I don't know if I'm
that's what I felt too.
it's hey.
Ogre Pond would be cool, I think, as well. No, I was not on Adderall. The name of my dying dog. I think Duck Hunt is worse than Icy's. I actually think Icy's isn't that bad. I'm one of the few people that doesn't think it's that bad, though. Appreciate it, thank you. Nah. You can get banana all you want versus Duck Hunt, you just can't use it. Pac-Man being worse than Duck Hunt though, right? I think Duck Hunt's probably worse. Even Pac-Man feel kind of similar. I think any character that gets added to Smash as a new character, like, if they seem to be inspired by other characters, it's already, like, a disappointment. And that's why I don't think it happens. Or at least, you know, in Ultimate it only was like an Echo Fighter type of thing. I think it's more interesting to talk about movesets in theory to like their games rather than like what's already existing in Smash. Because what's interesting about like saying, oh, they're gonna add this new character and they're gonna play like this existing character. It's like, well, that already sounds terrible. I actually want Dixie Kong in Smash, not Funky Kong. Like, obviously I wouldn't be against that, but... I don't think they add a Metroid character to the next Smash. The series isn't missing something that Silux would add. Also, Metroid Prime 4 doesn't sell enough units. IMO. What Pokemon would you like to see get a Mega Evolution? No, that's an actual good question, bro. I don't know. I was hoping the Gen 4 starters, I would like to see maybe like Yanmega, Dragonite, Flygon. What if like Nidoking and Queen get a Mega? That'd be crazy. Or Ninetales. Or Shuckle. That'd be broken as fuck. Kingdra would be cool. Imagine that. Shiftry or Breloom. Weavile, Yanmega, like I said. Excadrill would be crazy. Darmanitan would be crazy. Crafty. Reuniclus. They should add Heliolisk or something, or like Clawitz or Dragalge. Having a Mega for a Pokemon that's like a regional form is kind of interesting to think about. Crobat would be fine, yeah, I'm down. Mega to Dunsparce. I actually really liked, this is kind of off topic, but adds into like unexpected additions. I really liked that Gen 9 gave love to like Gen 8 Pokemon. Like it was very hard to expect.
Okay.
Like Sinistcha and stuff like that. Pretty ridiculous. Prime, thank you for the 51 months. Thank you so much. Koga just ranted at me before the battle about how there's more to Pokemon than raw power, and then Choice Specs Charizard showed him otherwise. Three characters we would like to see for Smash 6. Paper Mario, Geno, Dixie Kong. I think Paper Mario and Geno will have a good chance, and then I think Dixie Kong has a low chance unless there's a new game around that time, which there probably won't be because Returns HD comes out in January next year, so we're probably fucked. I don't think Funky has the same probability. I don't think Funky's as impactful to the series as Dixie Kong. He's more impactful to spin-off type stuff. In terms of representing Donkey Kong as a franchise, I think Dixie is the best pick. Also has a more interesting moveset as a fighter than Funky. Sakarai knows what he's doing. He already knows this, I think. Dixie was already supposed to be in the game anyways. Yeah, it's been over 10 years since a new DK game. I think it's probably because Retro Studios is working on other stuff. Rare is obviously not what it was. And then, you know, they just don't know what to do with the IP. There's no reason to like make a 2D platformer right now, I think. Donkey Kong doesn't fill a niche that other franchises don't already. You know, to them it's like go play Mario Wonder. But I think unless there's a new studio working on a big 3D game, there's no reason to make a game. Yeah, I think villains are good to look towards for possible additions to the series, for sure. No, I didn't mention that. It's hard to expect anything right now. I think there's logic behind a deluxe and a new game. I think the only not logical thing is a reboot. DK feels like it peaked and needs a Zelda like reinvigoration. Yeah, possibly. Especially since there's like no one to work on it. It'd probably be a new idea regardless, because it would be new people working on it. What do you think is going to be the launch title for Switch 2? It's going to be 3D Mario. I'd bet my life on it. I'll be lightning striked in my fucking room if it isn't. Hollow Knight. They've never had a playable indie character in Smash. Hollow Knight would be the indie character to add, I think, but it opens up a strange door where Smash could potentially lose its identity. Kind of like adding an anime character. Yes, there was a rumor that there was a 3D DK, and it was for a long time, and it was pretty frequent. Usually when something is that frequent, it ends up being true, even if it's really, really far in the future. So we can only hope. I feel like it already lost it with Steve. It's definitely in a weird spot when you add someone like Steve, I think, in terms of Smash's identity, but I think it's fine. Well, the rumor that it was the Odyssey team working on a 3D DK, and it was very frequent. Celeste wouldn't be in Smash. Neither would 2B. I don't think they bring anything to the table. Need a new good Mario sports title. Be careful. So far, they've ruined everything they've touched. Be careful. You want them to ruin baseball? Just ruin all of them. My audio's low. My microphone or my game? Does anyone else think my audio's low? Mario Hoops was a crazy game, bro. Game? Oh, that's probably not a big deal then. I'm not even doing anything. Sakurai would add Gino. Gino's already a Mii costume. Sakurai's aware people want it. I think Sakurai had relative interest in it at one point. It's not just like, you know... There's not like a weird element of randomness to it. They're probably still considering some stuff from the ballot from Smash 4 that didn't get into Ultimate already. Or the ballot from Smash 4, you know, obviously gave them a lot of direction for Ultimate, and they'll probably, maybe they can keep going in that direction with the next game, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think Gino has a really good chance. My concern is Paper Mario, Gino, and Waluigi all like kind of killing each other's chances. Like maybe only one or two of them get added. You know what I mean? Because I actually think Paper Mario has a better chance than Gino. Call me crazy, but I feel like all the random online qualifier tournament stuff Nintendo's been doing with no items, etc. 6 years into the game means there's going to be a official backing in Smash 6. They've actually always done weird, like, small stuff like this. And it's never led into anything too crazy. Or, like, they've been doing it for all of Ultimate, basically. But, who knows? I'm not going to call you crazy by any means. What would be the random pick character this time around? For me, it's like, my answer to that question is, because it was Piranha Plant for the free download character, which was cool. Then maybe Waluigi can fit that spot or something. If Waluigi gets a spot like that, maybe Paper Mario and Gino also have a chance, so. Other than that, I don't know. Third party character you would like to see? There isn't too many. I think Doom Guy was supposed to get in to Ultimate. I think Byleth was supposed to be Doom Guy. I think COVID messed up connections with the East to the West. Especially because Mick Gordon was working on a big project that never happened around this time of Fighter Pass 2. So yeah, I think Doom Guy will probably get added. I think a lot of characters that they wanted to add to Ultimate, they're just going to add to the next game. And so yeah, I think Doom Guy, and that's really the big one. Is Monster Hunter third party? I don't think it is third party, right? It is Capcom, right? I expect Monster Hunter to be in Smash, 100%. No, there won't be a Ring Fit. Ring Fit doesn't add anything that would separate it from Wii Fit. Also not as successful as Wii Fit, I'd imagine. Yeah, Paper Mario and Game Watch will share zero similarities. Appreciate that. Thank you. Because Monster Hunter's Capcom. I expect Monster Hunter in, like, I'd bet money on that. Unpopular opinion, but I actually don't want to Smash 6. Are you saying if they're, well, when this new console comes out next year, you don't want it to have Smash for like its entire life cycle? Yeah, there could be a new Fire Emblem character, but that by the time the new Smash rolls around, there's probably also going to be the Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War remake, because they've been sitting on that for a while. Yeah, or IBS or something. Really?
Is she? Oh.
I don't think it'll be Sarah Ledge. Not impossible, but I think it'll be Meowscarada or like Ogerpon or something like that. It could be a new game, considering, you know, if they were working on it as soon as Ultimate was finished. Or even sooner, you know. A new game isn't out of the realm of possibility. Thanks for the bit, appreciate it. Smash doesn't need another Sonic rep, but I kind of expect it just because the game is having more success than usual around Smash speculation period. The movies, the games, like... I think if there's a new Sonic character, it's going to be now. Sakurai loves to say things like that. He loves to act like miracles were pulled off. I guarantee the next Smash game will have the same roster as Ultimate, plus more, obviously. Yeah, sorry y'all, we couldn't get X character in. Nintendo just isn't a big enough company. No one wants to be in our game. Nah. Everyone wants to be in Smash, bro. Every Ultimate character will be in the next Smash. And if there's a character that isn't in, it won't be for reasons people like to say. It'll be for some really weird, once in a blue moon type of reason. Yeah, Sakurai loves to like kind
Okay.
of says something and then, you know, opens the curtain and it's the exact opposite of what he said. He does that very often. To the point where I'm surprised people still listen. Meme College, thank you for the 10 months. Sakurai said Brawl was the last match. There is such a thing as too many characters. But, you know, the question to that is like, to who? Are we as the consumers drawing the line, or are you saying Nintendo's gonna draw the line? Or are you saying Sakurai's gonna draw the line? Bandai Namco? Are you saying Nintendo loses something money-wise if they have more characters? Because to me, if they try to get 100 characters, that is the easiest marketing ever, and it's going to sell very fucking well. That's how I feel. Sakurai's a generational capper. He really is. What's up, Nick? Yeah. It's hard to say Sora is a miracle when they came to Sakurai, you know what I mean? It wasn't like Sakurai navigating through dark alleyways to fucking get everyone their favorite character, you know what I mean? He's just adding what a big company wanted. Reactions to the draft? I did the same thing yesterday. Love watching that stuff. I mean, I don't know how we're possibly in a timeline where we're considering 400 characters. Let's get to 100 first. We'll figure out how much is too much
You're
after
playing
that.
Mugen.
Still not as good as your Sephiroth reaction. That one was a little embarrassing. I went
They have to see your Banjo one.
I went absolutely crazy.
They have to see your Banjo one.
Yeah, the character that gets at like the honor of being the 100th character is pretty interesting. Yeah, they'll probably be 100 because if they add a similar amount that they always add every Smash game, it'll be about 100, I'm pretty sure. Because usually they add like 10, 12 to 15, something like that, right? So
The way you leave it like
how many characters does Smash have to get to until you think they run into the Pokemon problem? Well, Smash is releasing once per console. So it's hard to say they'll ever run into that problem like in our lifetime, realistically. It's actually kind of surprising that people aren't thinking about that with like their clickbait YouTube videos. The fact that, 100 characters is clearly a goal that would be really marketable and could like try to equal to the everyone is here type of thing. Instead, they're all making videos about how the game will have 10 characters. Reboot! Sorry guys, we're like a small indie company, so we have to reboot the series you love. Here's 10 characters. Surely this will sell well.
I read somewhere because I've just been.
So far, when I saw the demonstration, it looked like that. Why not do that every time?
Yeah, I mean, she. They.
Nintendo's like releasing some really, really good games lately, so I think the next Smash is in good hands in terms of first party stuff. So I think that's why people have a harder time predicting third party than first party right now, because first party is doing pretty damn good. Yeah, I think they should be focusing on first party editions. Favorite villagers in New Horizons. Who's yours, baby? As I said.
Well, Bob's my.
Her favorite villager is Bob. I forget mine. I liked Nico, the NPC. I don't know when there's gonna be a new Olympic Games for Mario Sonic. Because if there was a time to do it, it was the direct, so maybe there won't be one. Like I don't want Kratos. I don't want a fighting game character. Uh, a lot of the ones that were expected for Ultimate that didn't happen, like, don't really add up right now. Not much of a reason to have Dante right now. But obviously this can all change very quickly if a game gets announced. I did not see that video, no. I mean, Hollow Knight would be incredible, but I think it only gets an assist trophy or something. Yeah, maybe if Silk Song was a thing. Tell me you wouldn't be hyped to see Scorpio or Sub-Zero announcing trailer. I would like turn off the stream. Like it would be very, very boring to me. Yeah, I don't think Beautiful Joe has a chance. Appreciate it. I don't know if Rayman is likely. He's probably the tier below likely. I don't think Crash, Spyro, or Rayman are likely, but they wouldn't be surprises. But I'm gonna go out on a whim and say they won't be like all three of them won't be in. No, I think Shovel Knight lost its chance. Hollow Knight has taken over that spot for sure. They could add Master Chief, yeah. I think Sakurai has a pretty interesting tendency when it comes to adding things. Like if we look at um Hollow Knight as a series,
Okay.
if it was in Smash, Grishmal, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate that. If we look at Hollow Knight as a series, when Sakurai adds a character, he loves to capture the essence of the series. And I think that means he would add the knight because I think he would capture the true essence and like originality of the series and kind of just funnel it all into one really creative character or like, inspired. Like when I look at Pac-Man, Pac-Man is so genius in terms of it's Pac-Man, it represents more than just Pac-Man, and it's just there's a bigger picture there. And I think Sakurai is so good at doing that with older characters and Nintendo characters or characters that kind of got turned into like Nintendo adjacent characters. So, yeah, like when I think of Sakurai's history of designing characters and adding characters from IPs that haven't been in Smash, I think it would be the night before Hornet. I think he just loves games. Yes. And I think he loves games in a relatable way, I think. He likes capturing nostalgia. It's always very inspired and creative. I have not been playing RPG. I've been continuing my single player journey. I've been playing a lot of Sunshine. Well, it's not that Shovel Knight isn't successful or anything. It's more so that I think Shovel Knight's opportunity came and went. And Shovel Knight is already in Ultimate, so I think Hollow Knight's a fantastic game, and Shovel Knight is a playable character in Rivals as well. There's not many examples of stuff like that bleeding into Smash as well. You don't see Phoenix Wright in Smash, you don't see 2B in Smash, but you do see them in other things. But you don't see them in both. That's why I don't have too much faith in Dante. I think Dante had a better chance in Ultimate when Devil May Cry was at a higher, peak. I mean, yeah, Hollow Knight has like a less than 1% chance. We're talking about indie games in Smash here. A door that probably won't be and probably shouldn't be opened in the first place. Hollow Knight just has the best chance out of all of them currently. That's one of the interesting things about how everyone thinks like if there's gonna be an anime character, it'd be Goku. But I think if there was one anime character, wouldn't it be the most popular anime? Wouldn't it just be One Piece? That is so funny, Nick. For some reason, the West specifically got attached to the idea that Goku would represent anime in Smash. But no, Dragon Ball is not more popular than One Piece. One Piece is 95% filler. Oh no. Yeah, it actually has some of the least filler in that like genre. Yeah, we're losing sight of the conversation already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure things like K. Rool, Banjo, and Ridley were actually a product of the ballot, which is great. Having all that data is great, even if the ballot was low key a scam. At least they used it for the future. Hunter 100% plus chapters and zero filler. Well, One Piece manga doesn't have any filler. If we're talking about the manga, Yeah. Basically, like they're not gonna put anime in Smash. Obviously, it would kind of ruin Smash's identity. But I was just saying the logic of adding one would not be Dragon Ball slash Goku because they would probably just add the most popular, impactful anime, which is One Piece. Most impactful? I would say so, yeah. Obviously, the inspirations and everything is very different, but One Piece does seem to have the biggest global impact. Yeah, definitely some bias, but One Piece is the best thing on planet Earth, but you know, the numbers lean a little towards DBZ from what I'm seeing. I just don't think so. The conversation has been lost. We move on. Let's talk about things that'll actually happen rather than anime and indie. If we wanted anime and indie characters in video games, we would be a Fortnite stream. But Smash has a different identity, so I'd lean more towards Goku and Luffy myself, but who knows? I would even go farther and say if there was an anime character in Ultimate, it would still be Luffy. Like if I was betting with a friend and I had to pick between Goku and Luffy, if it actually happened, I would put a few grand on the line. I'd put a few $1,000s on the line, it would be Luffy. The Goku and Smash thing is created by the West, you know what I mean? It kind of created like a hive mind. So was Banjo too. Absolutely. But Banjo's a Nintendo 64 game. So, and Banjo was planned to be in 64. Goku's just the anime character for most people. I just don't know about that. It is for a lot of people, but the Goku and Smash trend is created by the West. Yeah, regardless, I don't want I don't want Luffy in Smash in the first place, but I think it would be an overall negative regardless of who it is. It sounds like really mean, but I think when people actually want stuff like that, they're like they either never had the sight of what Smash's identity is or they lost sight of it due to all the characters being added. Yeah, Monster Hunter will happen. It's so big in Japan. That shit is like a lifestyle. Yeah, like when I see people wanting like anime or like lots of indie or
Okay.
Fortnite, I get really depressed because it means the vision has been lost. BD, thank you for the 19 months, by the way. Thank you so much. Feels so weird to me that Porky didn't even get representation in Ultimate. You're in the right place. B and I are confused every day. They took out the boss fight. There's no boss fight music. He's not a playable character. I don't even know if he was a spirit. I can't remember. It's weird. It's weird. Like the only missing boss fight too. So we just thought it was gonna be a character. Super weird. But stuff like that happens, and then clarity is given to us in the next game and stuff, so. I think a Sonic character is likely. I think Splatoon is likely. I think Monster Hunter is likely. I think Paper Mario and Geno are very likely. I think Waluigi is very possible. I think Pikmin could get stuff, maybe not. Maybe not a character. Xenoblade and Fire Emblem always have a chance, obviously. Trying to remember if there's a key one I'm missing. Doom Guy and Master Chief have a chance, obviously. But I wouldn't say Xenoblade is the most likely. For example, Splatoon is more likely. Sells way too good. And they have a lot to work with. Resident Evil is possible for sure. I don't think a Persona character gets added. I think that would be kind of strange. I think it's worth considering what games will, like, what new games will logically happen around this, like, Switch 2 point. So then you can predict if they'll be in Smash, the next Smash. Like, for me, it's like, will there be a new DK game after the Direct? Probably not. So probably no DK rep, stuff like that. Like, if the Mother series gets love in the right timeline, then it's even more possible that Porky gets added. And you also got to think about stuff like that, right? Does the character have an iconic villain that isn't in the game? Like, is there like a niche that needs to be filled, or like a hole that needs to be filled? Because when you look at Sonic, it's really logical to think of Shadow, because Shadow is really likely for the popular characters and a villain. If you're only adding one character to a franchise that has one character, Shadow's the best one because he just fills more niches than the rest of the characters. You know, they added K. Rool for a reason, right? Iconic character and it's a villain. Just checking boxes. So if we look at a character that doesn't check boxes, like Nick just mentioned Metroid, Psylux doesn't check any boxes. And there's some interesting ones, right? Like the Zelda franchise. Someone just mentioned Girahim and Impa. Girahim checks the villain box, but it doesn't check the boxes of being like a recurring character throughout the franchise. So the only way for Girahim to be added was back in like Brawl and Smash 4 when it was the newest thing. Impa checks enough boxes. The character is recurring enough. Yeah, but it's the only box she checks. So there's probably it's hard to justify any Zelda character, which is crazy because Zelda is such a big IP. But realistically, we're lucky Zelda has enough reps as it does. We're lucky Zelda is playable. We're lucky Sheik is playable. So Zelda's a really weird one where it deserves better, but there's nothing to do. Four years of being a sub. Thank you so much. Sheik was interesting just from a recent game and not recurring sense. Yeah, it's like they learned that they can't just do that with Zelda every time. Legacy character, yeah, exactly. They could maybe do a Toon Zelda now with the new game. Nope. Toon is like a Wind Waker thing. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. Hope everyone has a good night. Sorry for the late stream. I was a busy day. But yeah, have a good one.